What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Casey Bodyguard. I'm making this video regarding Ariana Taylor that went missing in Gary, Indiana, and also was found deceased in Gary, Indiana, April 3rd, 2022. Now, what you about to see is my own private investigation where I could say if it's true that Gary, Indiana police and Lake County and the rest of the authorities, including the mayor at that time, have fumbled the ball.
Thank you everyone for showing up. I know it was a short notice, but instead of continuing on, we figured we'd get you guys notified. So everyone's aware of on April 3rd, 2022, that Ariana Taylor went missing. And through the investigation, her last whereabouts were early morning hours of April 3rd, right around 1 a.m. She was last seen in Maryville by her friends and family. We began the investigation after she had left the roadway. She left the roadway that morning hour and crashed. And the vehicle was unoccupied at that time. So the Indiana State Police took the crash report and we had no driver at that point.
So Gary PD has said that it appears that she left the road, the roadway, went down the ravine and crashed. My question is, how certain is that? Do you have footage to back that statement up?
Next day, Monday, which would be April 4th, they began search parties. They used the Lake County Aviation. They used the Gary Police Department, the Lake County Sheriff's Department, Department of Natural Resources. They began a search for her, and the results were negative.
Again, like I stated before, in the clip that you just heard, the sergeant from the Gary Police Department stated that they used Lake County Aviation support. For those of you who don't know what the aviation support is, it means, helicopters to assist in searching wide areas. So if she was really in that area where she was found deceased, you would think the aviation services would have seen it.
In the city of Gary when it exited the freeway. At that point, the Gary Police Department began an investigation on April 5th, and we started the investigation looking at and putting the pieces together of where she was. We started a search of the area. We utilized the Lake County Sheriff's Department dive team. We searched Deep River with sonar. We were unable to locate her. We did a secondary canine search track. That was a negative. And most of our efforts were north of the crash location and in central, about 1 to 2 mile radius around the crash. At that time, we exhausted our measures. We began putting the pieces together of where her last whereabouts were, who she was with.
So that clip, you heard that they now used a dive team. My question is, what made them want to reach out to a dive team?
As we continued through the week, we came into the end of the weekend, and through the investigation, we believe that she was still in the area. We don't believe she was picked up. And that's when we organized for today. We organized it for this week, and that was with the Northwest Indiana Search and Rescue Canine Team. We planned for them to come out with their canine dogs and do a second search and try to start to go south of the location of where the crash site was. So we began at it's 2800 Colorado Street, Gary, Indiana. It's Bellaboo's recreational facility. They've been very cooperative and with us with the assistance that we needed over there. And we went into that area today and we did a brief around 9 a.m. We actually started our canine search with 5 different dog teams. We gridded it out to 6 different areas, and we started the canine search in that area. About 21 minutes into the search, one of the dogs had gotten odor and then started to change of behavior and started to go towards a fence line. At that time, one of the canine handlers observed an individual we believe to be deceased at that point in the water, in a ditch, a shallow drainage ditch. This was something that
he stated again, April 5th, 2022, Gary PD started a search of the area. North of location, central, 1 or 2 mile radius around the crash. See, my thing is with that is, you now have brought these certified K9 dogs out. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but these K9 dogs are certified to sniff not just the deceased, but the living as well. Because how many times have we seen criminals, run into the woods and et cetera, and the dog find their scent. So if the dogs, was really that good, as well as the aviation services from day one, then they would have been able to track a scent from her vehicle to exactly where she was found, if she was really out there. So that's something else to think about.
In a ditch, a shallow drainage ditch. This was something that individuals could not access on foot. It had a fence in between it. At that time, the Gary Police Department was notified. The County Sheriff's Department was notified.
Stated that she was found in a shallow drainage ditch. For those of you who don't know what a shallow drainage ditch is, number one, a person cannot drown in a shallow drainage ditch. It's not even enough water to cover your whole foot if you're standing up in it. So that just don't sit well with me. Number two is where she was found is in the middle between the side of a highway wall and a temporary fence. When I say temporary, a baby could probably be the only person that could lean on that fence without it falling down. Not no full adult. So there's something else to think about. How did she get where she was found between the fence, which he said that that's an area no one could access on foot. So my thing is, even if she tried to climb that fence that had no stability, it would have definitely failed. That fence was up when she was found.
We've been able to positively identify the female as Ariana Taylor with the Lake County Coroner's Office, and the mother has been notified, and she's been on scene. So she did positively identify Ariana Taylor. So our individual in the drainage ditch that we located today is going to be Ariana Taylor.
So
we appreciate
talk about this last part, because I was there, I was present the day that she was found out there. I was out there with the mother and the family, and I really want to pinpoint some things with this. The first thing is, I'm not sure how they do it in Indiana, but in Illinois, when it comes down to a person IDing their loved ones, the police tell you go to the morgue to ID them, not outside in the public. In this case, we was outside, and I've been with the family, from day one, helping them search all over that whole area on foot. We're going through woods, swamp water, abandoned buildings, homes, businesses, searching for her. So even with the area that she was found, we searched over in that area. And I could look at you today and tell you 100% she wasn't over there where she was found, because not just me, but other searchers that's part of our team searched that area too, all the way back into behind Bella Boo's. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't nowhere in that area. So it's just mighty strange that the day that we decided to switch the search from searching in the woods, the swamp waters, and everything else, and focus our attention on the abandoned places that was nearby the location, a day or two later, all of a sudden, her body appeared over there by Bella Boo's, an area that we last had left searching. That just don't sound right, to me. And over there by Bella Boo's is traffic. You know what I'm saying? You have people out there fishing. Not to mention Bella Boo's does has cameras, and it's a facility that is for kids. So, better way to monitor that facility, indoor and outdoor, is to have cameras. So, if Bella Boo's had footage and Gary Police Department recovered that footage and seen something in that footage, they should have seen a couple of things that happened. One, they should have seen how Ariana got over in that area. My opinion is, if she really walked that long road like they said and climbed the fence to get over where she was found, the footage from Bella Boo's would have showed that. They ain't showed the family no type of footages. So that's something else to think about. But again, they said she was found in a shallow drainage ditch. For those of you that knows what a shallow drainage ditch is, let's be honest. You know that's a bunch of BS, because you can't drown in a shallow drainage ditch. She wasn't found in no river, no lake, none of that. So, that's something to think about. I think Gary, Indiana, definitely fumbled this. They wasn't on top of their game like they should have been. Because if what they saying is true, and you bringing all these resources out, these K9 dogs, this aviation services, which would cover from a bird's eye view that whole area, from the expressway where her truck was all the way past Bella Boo's, from the bird's eye view. I just feel like justice needs to be served. And I do think that this case needs to be reopened, because it wasn't right. It's sad. It's unfortunate. So tell me your thoughts. Leave a comment of what you think, and how can we proceed. Do we have to reach out to the state's attorney? Who do we have to reach out towards to get this case reopened? Justice needs to be served.